So here's the thing, I've been feeling a little under the weather for the last couple of days and I need some comfort food. So today I'm making broccoli and cheddar soup. Now I know this is a thing for you guys in the US, but here in Europe it's not, and I'm intrigued. So let's give it a go. I've got a large head of broccoli and I'm gonna start by cutting the florets off. I've seen a few recipes in preparation for this video, but the one that stood out to me the most was Kenji's. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna use his recipe, but rather his technique. And I'm saying that because I'm using different amounts of ingredients and proportions than he is. Okay, all the florets are off. We're gonna save the stem and use that in a minute as well. Now I'm gonna take the bigger florets and cut those into smaller pieces. And sometimes the easiest way to do that is to cut off the stem that's holding all the little individual florets together. Okay, that's all of our florets done. Now we're gonna take them to the stove and we're gonna throw them into some hot oil. The thing we're trying to do here is to just get some color on the broccoli, but not cook it all the way through so it becomes really soft. We still want some bite left in it. And this is where Kenji's technique really made sense to me, because things like broccoli and kale really need that char. It brings out a really nice savory flavor out of them. In the few minutes that's gonna take the broccoli to char, we can prep the base of our soup. First I'm gonna slice up the stem of the broccoli. I'm also gonna need 1 onion, or in this case I have a shallot, 1 large, or in this case 3 small carrots. And finally, I'll also slice a couple of cloves of garlic. Okay, in the meantime our florets have picked up some color. This is what we're looking for. And we're just gonna remove them from the pot and put them aside for the moment. Back in the same pot, I'm gonna throw a couple of tablespoons of butter, and once it's melted, I'm gonna throw in the sliced veggies. To those, I'm gonna throw in a big pinch of salt and saute them like this for about 5 minutes or until they soften up. While that's happening, I'm gonna peel and slice 1 potato. And that's another really cool thing that Kenji does. He uses the potato instead of flour as a binding agent to emulsify the cheese into the soup. When we blend everything together afterwards, that's gonna activate the natural starches in the potato. Okay, our veg is looking nice and ready to receive the garlic. I'm gonna throw that in, give it a stir and cook it for another minute. Then I'm gonna pour in 3 cups of whole milk and 2 cups of chicken stock. At this point, I'm also gonna throw in a teaspoon of mustard powder. Now, don't worry, it's not gonna make it taste like mustard, it's just gonna boost that cheese flavor. Oh, and I almost forgot to throw in the potatoes. Once it comes up to a boil, I'll cook it like this, stirring regularly, otherwise the milk will scald on the bottom of the pot. What we're looking for is for the potatoes and the other veg to become really tender, which takes about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we can prepare our cheese. I have a 200-gram block of cheddar that I'm just gonna grate. Our soup has been simmering for about 20 minutes and the potatoes are nice and tender. Now I'm gonna go in with my immersion blender because it's easier. You can also use a stand blender. And at this point I'm just giving it a rough pass. I'm not trying to get it super smooth. And then I'm gonna slowly start adding my cheese. But before I get to the cheddar, I found 2 of these slices in my fridge. These are good because they have emulsifying salts in them. After those slices get blended in, I'll start adding a handful of cheddar at a time until it all gets emulsified into the soup. Now let's give it a taste and see if we need to adjust the seasoning. Wow, this is really nice. All I'm gonna do is add a pinch of MSG and a pinch of salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm gonna go in with my broccoli. And I think the move here is some chili crisp. What? So creamy and cheesy, but at the same time the broccoli is still fresh and crunchy. And I know what you're thinking, bro, it looks like you're eating a bowl of nacho dip. No, it's not. This is still a broccoli soup seasoned with cheddar. There's at least 4 portions in there, which means that each portion gets about 50 grams of cheddar. This is 50 grams of cheddar, you agree that this is not too much. If you haven't tried cheddar and broccoli soup before, I would definitely recommend you give it a go. And if you have, consider making it this way. Either way, it's absolutely delicious. Roll out!